Hello. So I couldn't sleep and I made a hot chocolate. And I just couldn't sleep because I have this build up anxiety about a lot of things. I don't know what it is with the brain trying to rebrand or overthink at night, and that disrupts my sleep so much. And I think all this started with losing my dad. I lost my dad last year. Oh my God. Roman, take a breath. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So I lost my dad last year, and I think ever since then, I've not been able to have a peaceful sleep in some sense. I know these things were buckled up from even from when I was in high school. I don't really have a good night's sleep in some sense because I'll tell you guys, that's a funny story. I'm gonna get to that. But ever since I lost my dad, I I don't know. I just keep reliving or my brain keeps replaying at night those moments where when I found out my dad passed away, I just it gives me so much panic attacks. I just wake up and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Especially if someone calls me, especially I know people that call me on a daily basis and I know people that don't. So when someone that doesn't call me on a daily basis calls me, that gives me so much anxiety or that gives me so much panic. Or when they text me so many times, if someone calls me once, calls me twice, it gives me so much anxiety. I'm like, what happened? Is something wrong with my mom? Is something wrong with my sister? Is something wrong with my brother? I'm always so scared of oh, maybe I'm gonna lose another family member. And I don't know. I try so hard to stop myself from holding on to so much. I need to take off this AirPods. I try my best to not hold on to so much. I try my best to not try to control everything around me. But there's just so many things about this anxiety that anytime I want to sleep, it's almost as if I'm always feeling this heavy weight of someone coming to steal my life from me in the middle of the night. And I feel like that was tracking back to when I lost my dad. And when I found out, I slept overnight and I woke up, and the way I found out and the way everything was happening, the way everything leading up to that moment I found out happened, I just every time I cross path with an incident that happened before I found out, that really gives me so much panic attack. I'm always like, oh my God, is this gonna happen again? Is this gonna happen again? And it's quite funny and so stressful at the same time. Grief is crazy sometimes because I'm not able to cry, I'm not able to laugh, but I'm just gonna be here sitting down with my thoughts. People are gonna think grieving is mostly you crying about the particular thing you've lost, because grieving is not only about losing a parent, it's about losing in general. It's not only about losing any losing human. It's about, you might be grieving over money, you might be grieving over your cat, your dog. You can grieve over a lot of things, which is something I've got to learn. But yeah, it's quite funny in some kind of way. When I was growing up, I try in high school. Oh my God. My high school friends are gonna be watching it and they're gonna see how stupid they were. Okay, so when I was in high school, I went to a boarding school in Nigeria. And in boarding school, you get to share a room with 20, 25 people in the same room. When you sleep before your other housemates, they make sure they disrupt your sleep when you're drooling, and they're like, oh my God, is he oh my God, they laugh at you, they joke around, they disrupt your sleep. And for me, when I found that out, when I saw people doing that to other people, when I'm sleeping, I try to keep a perfect face. I try to keep a perfect face because when I was in high school, one of my motto is never to be caught on fresh. You can never catch me on fresh. I want to look fine every moment. I want to look neat every moment. You can never catch me when I'm lacking or anything like that. So when people see me sleeping, I'm always sleeping and I'm smiling. But they thought I was sleeping. I'm always like, I try to keep a pretty face when I'm sleeping, so nobody has anything to say about me when I wake up. So whenever I'm sleeping and I hear my housemates and they're like, "Oh my God, is he asleep? Why is he smiling when he's asleep? Oh my God, he's such a witch. Oh my God, blah blah blah." Like me at the back of my mind, I'm not sleeping. I could hear them, but like I'm pretending, and that thing goes on for so long. Like 6 years of my high school has always been like me pretending to like just keep a pretty face and stuff like that. And it's so crazy. Yeah, oh my God. I'm having PTSD. Oh my God. Don't spill. ASMR. So while talking about like the whole anxiety thing, I wanted to share I don't know. I try not to talk about this a lot because I don't want to push it on people, or like I don't want to really but I'm not gonna call myself short. I really just want to make this video because like I knew when I was going through this phase of my life, I knew I needed a video or I needed someone to talk about it, and I couldn't find someone to talk about it. Like I've always wanted to talk about grief, like losing a parent. You know, they say there are stages of grief. There is denial, there is anger, there is acceptance, and there's something else. I don't know. I think there are 7 stages of grief. All that. You go through that and they come in different ways and they come in different times. Like you go through them in a way where it is not said in the books. Like you wouldn't know how to react. Like all my life when I was growing older, I've always had this anxiety of like thinking, oh, someone is gonna die, and I'm always preparing how I'm gonna cry. I don't know if anyone else is like this. Like I think it's a bad habit. I don't know. But like every time I get so, I might dream about someone dying in my family and I will take my time and I will cry about them. And I'll be like, oh my God. I will cry like someone in my life is literally dead already, even when they are not dead. And that happened a lot of times, and I've grieved a lot of people even with them still being around, and that even did not prepare me for the way I was grieving my dad, because like I was like, I thought I've practiced this. Why wasn't like I couldn't control anything going on in my life during this whole time. And that's the thing about grieving. You don't control it. You need to give space to it. You don't control how you're gonna feel. You don't have to feel good today or anything. Just do whatever your heart feels. Just do whatever like moves you. Just move with the flow. You don't have to control yourself or control any of your emotions, because you're gonna waste your time trying to control those emotions and you are not still gonna be controlling them. You have to be able to feel your emotions. If you don't feel them, they're gonna be waiting for you somewhere else. Like they're literally gonna be waiting for you somewhere else. Like it's gonna be harder for you to go through them when they are like buckled up than going through them when they are happening. You know what I mean? If you get what I mean though. Honestly, grieving really like changed my perspective about a lot of things. Like it impacted my daily life in some kind of ways that I would never have expected. Like it's so hard. Like ugh, oh my God. Like I'm not even kidding. Now I understand the perspective of the person that is grieving, and I also understand the perspective of the person that is not grieving in some sense, because like when I was also like what is it called? Outside the when I was also like not the person grieving, I'm always thinking, what are they actually thinking? Like most people are gonna be thinking, oh, they are just doing it for attention, oh, blah blah blah. Like the questions people were asking me when I lost my dad was that, oh, was it close to you? I mean, like, What do you mean, was it close to me? Like, if it's not close to me, does that mean I shouldn't grieve him, or does that mean I shouldn't feel any kind of feelings towards the loss? Like, I don't know. Like, throughout my whole grieving process, I try not to blame anyone because I also understand perspective. I also understand, like, what's happening or how people think. So I try to give grace to people. I understand you can't always be there. That's why I'm making this video, because like it's been a long time. I've always wanted to make this video because I don't want it to seem as if I'm pushing it onto people, but like I just know there was a time I needed to see a video of someone talking about grief and try to process mine too, and I couldn't find that. So if this is gonna be a video for someone else to process that for themselves, like I can't tell you how to process grief, but like it will help you to like know that you are not alone, basically. Because like when I was grieving, I went through TikTok. I was like, oh my god, who is also going through grieving? Like I needed something to calm me down, to tell me, oh, it's gonna be fine, oh, I'm gonna be fine, because I didn't have anyone around me. I lost my dad. My dad is Nigerian. I'm also Nigerian, but I traveled to Canada 3 years ago, and I lost my dad last year, and I wasn't at home. I didn't know how it happened. I didn't know anything. I wasn't there when he was buried. It was buried before I even had like the whole news. So like it was like it's a different processing when you are there, and it's also another processing when you are abroad. I saw a lot of videos about like people that lost their parents when they were there, but like me, I lost my parent when I was like in another continent. Like I didn't get to see even the burial ground or see any most of the things that happened or hear most of the things that happened until like this year, because this year was when I went back home. Like having not to see anything or hear anything or like find closure, basically. Like I don't know. I'm actually glad about everything that has happened up until this moment, because I don't know how I would have taken it if it was the other way around or if it happened in a different way. So I would actually say I'm grateful for everything this whole process or this whole journey has brought into my life, basically. But yeah, there are a lot of feelings that you feel when you are grieving. Like there are moments where you feel sadness, there are moments where you feel angry, there are moments you feel like you are being there are moments you feel guilty about some things, you feel depressed. Like it's a lot of emotions at once. Like it's a lot of I remember when I was crying nonstop. I couldn't stop crying because like I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop crying because I couldn't imagine losing someone so dear to me. I'm close to my dad, but like I couldn't just imagine like, okay, this is like I wouldn't see this person ever again. And the last hug I gave him last 3 years ago was the last hug he would ever have from me, or like was the last hug I would ever have from him ever. And it's always crazy because like there would always be a sign before someone dies, basically. Like there would always be a sign, because like now backtracking onto like moments, like there's a video I took of my dad. Like I was talking to him on my laptop, like I was talking to him on WhatsApp, and I took a video with my camera and I was like, hey, hello. And that was the last video call I had with him, which is totally crazy. That was the last video call and I have it on tape. That's why I tell people to also like keep memories, because these memories are very, very dear. Like there are moments, talking about feelings, there are also moments you would be so irritated by like looking at their pictures or like looking at their videos, because it reminds you of them and you would want to like not even think about them at all. Like a lot of things happens or like a lot of feelings comes, and it's okay for you to like just process it in the way you want to process it. Don't try and control your feelings. Feel it the way you want to feel it. Like if you have to cry, cry. If you have to take a step back, take a step back. Like it's so difficult. Like it's really so difficult. Grieving is not, it changes you forever. Like you can't be the same person. You can't go back to the person you've been. Like the way I processed my grieving isn't the way my mom processed her grieving, isn't the way my sister processed her grieving, isn't the way my brother processed his grieving. Like everybody processed their grieving differently. like totally differently. So it's also like I always say we should give grace to people that are going through things. I mean, everybody are going through something, but like also give grace on how everybody are feeling in any moment of their life, because like you never know exactly what their process is like. Because when I never lost anyone, I never knew what anyone else was going through. But now I know, and I know how to care for other people that lost someone, or like for other people that are grieving in some kind of way, you know? And I'm glad about the perspective changes in my life, basically, because I'm now a better person in some sense, because I have so much love in me. I tell my friend this. I'm like, I just have so much love in my heart, and I am not able to like, I just want to keep giving it. Like I like grieving opens space for so much love in your heart, because like the love you give someone, and I say the love you give someone which they occupied in your mind space or in your heart, like them losing that or like them going away, you want to feel it back. Like you want to give so much. I had this quote one time. I think it was from what is her name? This girl that was from Traders. Cats. She sang a song. She was like, grieving is like home. Grieving, oh my fucking god, I forgot this song. Wait. Grieving, god, I forgot this lyrics. Cat's bones. She sang a song about grieving. This also gave me a sense of like what is it called, not being alone, basically, because her too, she was grieving, and she wrote a whole album about like this whole about her journey through grieving. So, oh my god, listening to this song actually, this song actually like says so much about grieving. In this song, she was like, yesterday we said goodbye to you. Today I wiped my tears and I put away my suits. You left a hole, I won't feel it though. Cause I, cause I guess it's nice to know that grief is love with no place to go. So I've been going out more. I've been seeing friends on the weekends, saying yes more, don't need to pretend to hide my feelings. I've been crying more, don't mind being vulnerable, and maybe that's the gift of it all, that I've got all this love to give out. And oh my god, I wasn't even prepared. Like I was thinking this was gonna be like a very funny, because like me with grieving, we understand each other. Like I'm able to cry one time and I'm able to laugh one time. I never share anything about like my grieving process with anyone, because I know nobody is able to take care of me, especially like people that doesn't understand what grieving is, or like how it makes you feel. They wouldn't know how to be there for you. So I don't try to really disturb anyone with how I'm feeling. So I just feel it alone. I just like deal with it alone and like move on with my day. But like I wasn't preparing to like cry in this video. But yeah, that the words from this song really covers how grieving actually makes you feel. Like it's called All This Love by Cat Barnes. Yeah, I love her so much. I don't know how to say this, because like I knew it's made me so annoyed when people were like, "Oh, sorry, you time will heal, time will heal." I was like, "No, that. I want to heal now." Like, time will heal was that for me. Like I was like, "What the Stop telling me time will heal," because like I'm going through the hardest time of my life right now, and you are telling me time will heal. Do I have to wait for 2 years later? But like I'm telling you right now, time will definitely heal. Like you would never feel healed in a sense of like, oh, I'm free, I don't want to think about this anymore. It's a journey. It's like it's now part of your life. You can't become that person you were before. You can't be that anymore. You are now a new person. That's why I'm also saying to friends of people like to friends of people that are going through grieving, have space for your friends. They are not the person they are anymore. Like they don't know who they are anymore. They need to start figuring that out, because like Grieving takes a lot of things from you. Losing someone takes a lot of things from me. It takes a lot of happiness. It takes a lot of like it takes a lot of things from you, and trying to figure out how to get back on yourself back, it's like it's a very hard process. It's really hard, and I could tell with like people around me, I could tell with like people I've seen going through it. It's crazy. So give grace to everyone. How do I handle grief day by day? So for me, sometimes I actually forget that I've lost someone because like I've tried to make peace with it. Like I've tried to, anytime I remember my dad or anytime I see a picture, I reminisce on it. I'm like, oh my God, this man is such a good man. Or like I reminisce on like those moments. I don't treat them as if, oh my God, I don't want to look at them. I try to feel it. I try to learn it. I try to like lean into that moment and be like, okay, I miss this person and I want to miss them in this moment. I don't try to force myself to get away from any feeling. I try my best to stay in that feeling, feel what I want to feel, and it's gonna pass. Like day by day, it changes day by day. You won't be grieving every single day. It's an inconsistent journey. You'll be okay today, you won't be okay tomorrow. Like it's inconsistent, and little moments will bring back so many memories. Like moments where like you remember, oh my God, this person isn't gonna be there for my graduation. This person has put so much life into me and they're not gonna be here to eat the fruit of their labor. This person has been there for me all my life and they're not gonna be here to for me to take care of them, or like for them to take care of me, or like it's always different. Like but just don't force yourself to feel otherwise. Like don't judge yourself and don't hate yourself for like feeling, and don't listen to people that try to tell you for you, like don't listen to people that try to force you to move on quickly, because some things I had when I was grieving, or like when I was going through when my dad first died, was like, oh, it will pass. Like you'll forget about it later on, like especially from people that have lost someone too before. They will be like, oh, it's fine, it will be fine, it will be fine, it will be fine. Like that's not what I want to hear right now. I want to like feel my feelings, and thank God I, even listening to people, I just listened with a grain of salt. Like I listen and take whatever I want to take from them, like take whatever lessons or like whatever advice they're telling me. I take whatever I want from them, but I don't listen to them because it's my journey and I'm gonna go through it the way I want. Just the way I'm telling you now, I'm not like it's a process. I'm just being here as a support system, basically. One thing that doesn't get talked about is the loneliness you feel when you're grieving. Like that sense of like, oh, nobody is here to take care of me, or like nobody could actually take care of you the way you want. Like nobody would understand what you would need. That's why I will actually urge you to like don't get angry at people if they don't know how to take care of you, or if they don't know how to like listen to you when you are grieving, because like most people just um most people just expect you to like move on quickly, or like, oh, stop crying, oh, so if you cry for 3 days it's fine. Like that's what most people will want from you because they don't know how it feels. And like that's the thing about grieving. Like when you grieve, you get to understand a lot of things. It changes your perspective and it changes your mind to a lot of new things, or like to a lot of like things about yourself and about other people, or how to take care of other people, because it's like love, it's like a lot of things at the same time. And there is this feeling of guilt of like when you are getting better, like you never get better with grieving. Like you just get to get used to it. I used to say there's no like healing from grieving. You don't heal from grieving. You just get used to like living day by day without like making it a sole proprietorship of your life. You get what I mean? Like when you are getting better, or like you are feeling better every day, and you start feeling this guilt of like, oh, I'm not missing this person anymore, you try your best to like want to start remembering them anymore. I would just urge you to like not try do that. Like don't try and do that, because like if you don't feel like remembering the person, don't remember them. It's fine. Like feel anything you want to feel in different ways. Don't try and force yourself to feel otherwise. Like, feel your emotions out there happening. Don't force yourself to cry. Don't force yourself to laugh when you want to cry. Don't force yourself to like do what your mind says. Do what your feeling says in the moment. Like if you feel like crying, cry a lot. Like cry a lot. It's really helpful for you to go through your feelings when they're happening, because like if you go through your feelings when they are a lot and they are buckled up, it's really hard going through them that way. Don't feel guilty. I'm not able to say don't, because like I know it's a thought process, because even though I tell you don't, you still do it totally. Like some people go through grieving and like they are mostly like angry people. And it's valid, very, very valid. Like some people just feel like nobody cares about them. Because me too, I know how that feels. Like when you realize like nobody actually gives a about you. It's wrecks you. It wrecks you in a way. Like I remember the day I found out, I was in an Uber and I was crying, and this Uber driver was just giving me like candy. Was just giving me candy. And in the back of my mind I was like, nobody actually cares. Like I was in the bus, like I couldn't just stop crying. I was in the bus, I was going to work, and like I was crying. Nobody even looked at me, or nobody even be like, why are you crying, or anything like that. Nobody gives a fuck. Like it changes your perspective in a crazy way, because like that actually made me realize nobody gives a fuck about what you are going through. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about whatever you are doing, because like everybody are just so self-centered with their own experience. Everybody are going through the journey of their life in the way they know how to. Like everybody are just trying to survive. So like if you if you go through that and you find out like nobody is being there for you, just don't be surprised, because that shit will literally like wrecks you. So even though you've not lost someone, this should be a reminder to you that nobody actually gives a fuck about you. So do whatever you want to do in the way you want to do it. No matter how people criticize it online or people criticize it anyway, everybody are gonna die. Like literally everybody are gonna die, and you're gonna be forgotten, basically. And some people are gonna talk shit about you, even though whatever you've done throughout your whole life is like good. Because you won't be here to like defend yourself. People are gonna talk shit about you, and you're not gonna be here to defend yourself. So I think, honestly, I don't know whatever I've said right now. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just want this to be like a support system to someone. If you're going through this too, I just want to say you are not alone. And I want to say you are allowed to like feel everything you want to feel. Don't let anybody's advice or anything control how you're going to feel. Because a lot of people are going to give you crazy advices when something like that happens. And I want to say you shouldn't force yourself to feel any emotions. Like allow yourself to feel. Don't go crazy on yourself. Feel free to be able to feel the love and the loss at the same time. Be able to miss them any how you want to. Don't feel guilty. Like feel anything you want to feel, because like at the end of the day, grief is not the finish line. Like healing from grief is not the finish line. You never heal from grieving. You just get used to like feeling the way you are feeling. Like it will always be there, but you get used to like how you handle it, or like how you go through it. And time really actually heals. But I'm not gonna tell you that. But I'm saying that because like that's what I've seen, or that's what I've experienced. Time made me get used to the feeling. That's what I'm supposed to say. Time made me get used to the feeling, not time healed. Anyways, thank you for keeping my company tonight. I hope you have a good night, and thank you. Good night. Oh my god, this is already cold. I talked so much. I might as well get water. Okay, good night.